There we go. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Talledega Super Speedway for week 7 of the Electric Thunder Truck Series. This is only the second to last race in the regular season, and we've got a pretty good fight for the points lead right now. If you look on your screen, I just put the points up there for you to look at. It's been going back and forth a little bit the past couple weeks. Currently, Dustin Coggin is your points leader with 426. He has a pretty good gap on Jordan Fisher right now, but all that could change. But we have a new driver in the playoffs this week. Timothy Presley knocked Mason Wagaman out. So that's still a very good battle right on the bubble. This race could make or break either one of those guys' chances of making the playoffs. Currently in the middle of qualifying, about halfway through, we'll take a look at the team points real quick just to keep you up to date. Right now, looks like TI Racing still in the lead. They put a pretty good gap on Old Money Racing, but those two teams still going at it for the points lead. Like I said, this is Talledega Super Speedway. It's only the second to last race before the All-Star race, and then we'll have the chase for the Truck Series Championship. Let's give a shout out to our sponsor for this week, Battle Axe Mobile Axe Throwing 231 is the name of the race today. Be sure to thank them for supporting us. Battle Axe Mobile Axe Throwing. Stick and steel, you book it, we bring it. Be sure to check them out online at battleaxenc.com. Again, that is battleaxenc.com. So it looks like qualifying has completed for this race here at Talledega Super Speedway. And we'll take a look at the results real quickly. Looks like Jordan Fisher was able to take the pole here at Talledega. Dustin Coggin second and Tim Aubrell in third. While you're looking at that, I'm going to see if I can pull Jordan Fisher from his team channel to have a interview real quick. Howdy, can you hear me?
Howdy.
Congratulations on your poll today. How do you feel about your chances?
I think it's kind of a 50-50 shot. I mean, it's super speedway racing tonight, so we'll see how it goes. Obviously, being up front and away from some traffic is always best. So, play the strategy for the long run. Fuel will be a huge factor here. So, long race, but I'm really excited to start on the pole. So,
Well, congratulations. I'll let you get back to planning with your team real quick. So that was Jordan Fisher. That is your pole sitter for today. And these drivers currently gridding. So Jordan Fisher will start up front. Dustin Coggin in second. Tim Aubrell in third. Timothy Presley fourth. Dalton Wilson in fifth. Tyler Clunan in sixth. Blair Saunders in seventh. Alan Duggar in eighth. Mason Wagaman in ninth. Jeremiah Grabble 10th. Randy Cornwell will be starting 11th. Christopher Morton will be starting 12th. James Burns, Joseph Herbert, Noah Walters, Josh Evans, Nicholas Anderson, Dylan Lampe will be starting 18th. And we'll go to the next page here. Aiden Lucas, Jimmy Jikis, Chris Baines, Dalton Allen, Chris Lewis, James Jones, Dalton Bernius, and Tate Lupre will round out the field. The starting grid for today's event. Again, this is the Battle Axe, Mobile Axe Throwing 231, brought to you by BattleAxeNC.com. As you see these drivers going past the camera in the middle of formation lap. And we'll lay eyes on them. Currently working down the backstretch. See Jordan Fisher in that very sharp looking Hardee's Designs 39. Last week's. That was last week's. Sponsor. So these drivers currently working into turns 3 and 4. Pace car, when he gets to pit road, will be turning off, going to the pits. This season is coming to a close. Very exciting next couple of weeks. This is the second race until the playoff picture will be set. Timothy Presley trying to hang on to his spot just above the bubble. Dustin Coggin trying to hold on to his points lead. As the field comes around through the tri-oval, green flag will fly over Jordan Fisher and Dustin Coggin on the front row. 87 laps here at Talledega Super Speedway is now underway. Jordan Fisher leading that bottom line. A lot of these drivers were told during drivers' meeting to take it easy, as this is an 87 lap race. See, a lot of these drivers already going down to the bottom, but Dustin Coggin and that 2 of Tyler Clunan hanging on up front. So timing currently shows Tim Aubrell up front, but the 39 is actually leading this race. It's like the software is having a little bit of trouble updating. But as it stands, Jordan Fisher still up front. Dustin Coggin trying to work alongside him. It's these two going side by side. Very calm first couple of laps. See Jordan Fisher still leading Dustin Coggin and Timothy Presley up there on the top lane. Dustin Coggin, outside lane forms up a little bit better. Dustin Coggin will pull ahead to the lead. So they work down the backstretch again. Jordan Fisher now working on the bottom. He will pull back ahead with a push from Tim Aubrell. Very good battle up here for the lead. Dustin Coggin on the outside, Jordan Fisher on the bottom. You see Tim Aubrell and Timothy Presley in the second row. Pretty even so far. No big pushes. See about 4 or 5 drivers running in that outside lane. So they come into turn number 3. Double file most of the way through. Jordan Fisher powers ahead on the inside lane. Oh wait, that's Timothy Presley. Timothy Presley able to push Dustin Coggin, but he goes down to block Jordan Fisher. So Timothy Presley will take over the race lead. As you see, live timing has finally started to update, so the standings you are seeing should be correct. Timothy Presley is in the lead, Jordan Fisher in second. Tim Aubrell is running in third. They are all single file. James Wilson and Blair Saunders behind him. Mason Wagman back there in the 6th position, he's hoping to come into this race and pass Timothy Presley into points, but Timothy Presley up front right now, he needs a clean race today. Timothy Presley still up front leading. These drivers trying to settle down a little bit. Right out, this is a very long race. Like I said, 87 laps. And let's see if we can pull up the race info real quick. Like I said, this is Talledega Super Speedway, brought to you by Battle Axe, Mobile Axe Throwing. 87 laps, no quick repair. This track 2.66 miles. These drivers will have to pit for fuel multiple times. Tires not a big issue here, but pretty high track temp. But fuel will be one of the most important things, that and keeping your race truck clean. Timothy Presley, Jordan Fisher working together. Dustin Coggin working back on that outside lane a little bit. So he pulls alongside Tim Aubrell, now trying to get alongside Jordan Fisher. That sharp-looking 39. 46 truck of Dustin Coggin currently in the points lead, with only 2 races left in the regular season. He's got a pretty good gap on Jordan Fisher right now, but one bad finish could ruin it. As you see the inside lane powering ahead once again, led by Timothy Presley. The other 2 drivers kind of getting close to the bubble are Dalton Wilson and Randy Cornwell. As you saw at the beginning of the broadcast, Randy Cornwell currently running around near the back of the pack here, hoping to avoid any incidents that may occur. He is about 20 points ahead of Timothy Presley, who is on the bubble. Then Dalton Wilson currently running in this lead pack. As the caution flag has come out, not sure we see a car has went around. Dalton Bernius is involved. We'll have to pull a replay. Looks like Aiden Lucas and Dalton Bernius both involved. Here we go. See the 85 truck running near the back of the pack. A little bit of connection issues. Looks like the outside lane had a very good run. The 77 looks like he loses it. So 77 brings out the first caution flag of the day. Currently up front, Timothy Presley still. Jordan Fisher, Tim Aubrell, and Tyler Clunan. So first caution flag of the day comes out. A little bit of trouble in the back of the pack. Only 2 drivers involved. And drivers already coming to the pits for fuel. So pit lane, pretty busy right now. Most of the lead lap drivers coming into the pits. 4 or 5 staying out. As you see, pit road here, very busy, very chaotic. Christopher Morton will be scored as the race leader. So we work under caution flag number 1 very early this race at Talledega. So race control will say that the 07 of Jim Burns will be held at fault for that incident. You saw him right behind the 77 on that replay. Looks like we'll be able to talk to Jeremiah Growell. How you doing, sir?
What's up?
How do you feel about this? How do you feel about this race so far?
So far great. I think everybody's taking it smooth right now. No real wrecks, honestly. So feeling good.
How do you feel about your chances of keeping it clean for the rest of the race?
I think I'll keep it clean. I'm just don't trust anybody at Talledega. That's what I've learned. So
What's the fuel situation looking like?
I'm gonna listen to my teammate Timothy on gas situation because he's a lot smarter than me with that stuff. But we're looking good right now.
Well, hope you have a good rest of the race, and we'll keep in touch.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
That was Jeremiah Growell in that 14 truck. Currently working caution flag number 1, as we said. Looks like we will be going green next time by. And let's see if we can grab somebody else real quick, as they are only working turn number 2. Joseph Herbert, how you doing, sir?
What's going on?
How do you feel about restarting on the front row here?
A little nervous, just adjusting my wheel real quick, and we'll see what happens.
How do you feel about your chances today?
I don't know. It could be anyone's race, so it's just a long race, a long time. Just have to try to maintain the best lane.
All right, well, wish you luck, and hope you can stay up front.
Thanks, man.
That was Joseph Herbert, and you see on your screen he is restarting in that 69 truck on the front row. And we'll put the tower up after they get back racing, make sure everything updates properly with pit stops and whatnot. But Joseph Herbert starting on the front row, second alongside Christopher Morton in that 82 truck. As the pace car will come to pit road, they head through the tri-oval. And the green flag will come back out here at Talledega. Good jump by Christopher Morton. Joseph Herbert, not as good of a start. He does have Jordan Fisher pushing him. And Herbert will move down to the bottom. Good run on the outside lane from Timothy Presley and Jordan Fisher. They're going to power to the outside of Herbert. They're going to power to the outside of Morton. And Jordan Fisher will take the race lead as they head down the backstretch. Very good run by that outside lane. As Fisher will clear, Presley will clear. Fisher moves down to the bottom. Presley will power ahead once again, being pushed by the 12 of Alan Duggar. So Presley will take the lead from the outside lane. Alan Duggar pushing him. Dustin Cogg in third, one in line. Duggar looks to the outside of Presley. Presley moves down to avoid causing a wreck. And Alan Duggar will take the lead for the first time today. Big push from Jordan Fisher. Presley able to hold on to it. As these two drivers getting back together, Fisher pushing Presley, and they're going to get some momentum down this backstretch. Coggin trying to push Alan Duggar up front, not quite able to get as good a run. As they head into turn 3, Presley will take the lead back, not quite able to clear yet. And right there, it looks like he will. James Wilson, nat 20, poking out of line a little bit on that outside lane, as Jimmy Jikis will abandon them and move to the inside. So Christopher Morton restarted up front alongside Joseph Herbert. Both of them go down to the bottom. Morton drops back down to third, now fourth, as Alan Duggar starting to get a run once again on that outside lane, currently working alongside Jordan Fisher. Pretty even battle as you see the 55 moving to the outside of James Wilson. That is Dylan Lampe moving to the outside of James Wilson. Dalton Wilson, excuse me. And that will just completely destroy the momentum of that outside lane. As you see the teammates getting together, Dalton Wilson, Tim Aubrell, and Mason Wagaman all running similar paint schemes. The outside lane will fall back behind. But Timothy Presley maintains the race lead. Now he's got a challenger from Dalton Wilson. Dalton Wilson getting closer and closer to the bubble every week. He's going to power ahead of Timothy Presley on that outside lane with the push from Tim Aubrell. But Presley will fight back with Jordan Fisher right behind him. Alan Duggar and Dustin Coggin both lose a bunch of positions back down to 9th and 10th. Timothy Presley still up front. So far able to fight back every run by Dalton Wilson on that outside lane. We're currently working lap 16. And good run on the outside lane. Dalton Wilson, Tim Aubrell able to push ahead of Timothy Presley and will move down the block. Presley getting a little squirrely. Might be looking to the outside down this backstretch. Mason Wagaman not going to push him though. Presley will jump right back in line. They work down to the backstretch. Jordan Fisher with a good run. He's going to move up in front of Mason Wagaman. Wagaman's going to push him to the outside of Presley. Fisher with a very aggressive move to the outside of Presley. He's going to get to the outside of Aubrell now. Jordan Fisher leading that outside lane, trying to get to the lead. He's got a push from Mason Wagaman and Jimmy Jikis. See the 12 of Alan Duggar still in the picture there. Now working to the outside of Dalton Wilson. 39 of Jordan Fisher looking for the lead. As they head across the finish line and down towards turn 1, he's going to power ahead. Not able to clear just yet. We'll have to see what the run looks like down the backstretch. Dalton Wilson and Tim Aubrell powering ahead on that inside lane. Jimmy Jicus looking like he might be considering 3 wide as they head down into turn 3. Not pushing Mason Wagaman. Jordan Fisher loses a bit more ground. So they head down the front stretch again. Another good run from the outside lane. Jordan Fisher trying to pull to the lead, not quite able to do it this lap. This battle up front, very back and forth. That is your pack. Pretty calm so far today. 1 caution for a 2-car incident. And we're about to start lap 20 of 87. So 20 laps complete, 87 to go. Timothy Presley working to the outside lane. Mason Wagaman had to check up there. Fisher and Presley together again. These two drivers have been pushing each other quite a lot this race. And Jordan Fisher is going to push Timothy Presley up alongside Dalton Wilson. Isn't enough to take the lead. Going through turn number 4. Timothy Presley looking for the lead. He's got a push from Jordan Fisher. And he's going to pull a nose ahead. About a half car ahead of Dalton Wilson. Not able to clear just yet as they head through the tri-oval. Dalton Wilson once again will pull even. Jordan Fisher locking bumpers with Timothy Presley. These two drivers very good at pushing each other. Will it be enough to get back to the front? Timothy Presley powers ahead on the backstretch. He will clear Dalton Wilson, not going to move down just yet. Jordan Fisher still pushing him. Timothy Presley will stay up top. As they are still even down the front stretch, Jordan Fisher pulls off a little bit to let the car cool down. And another good push coming. Good battle up here for the race lead. Let's see if we can ride along with Jordan Fisher. He is currently trying to push Timothy Presley to the race lead. This track very stressful, especially if you're pushing, or if you're leading. Very stressful with these big, huge runs that come. These trucks race inches apart down through the tri-oval. So Timothy Presley takes the lead. He's going to move down in front of Dalton Wilson. Jordan Fisher is going to have to rely on Mason Wagaman now. As Mason Wagaman will move down to the bottom behind Christopher Morton, Tim Aubrell. It looks like we'll be on the outside lane. Jordan Fisher loses a lot of momentum. Dalton Wilson took the lead during that exchange. Dalton Wilson and Tim Aubrell able to push around Timothy Presley. They will pull back up front. Presley third in line. Jordan Fisher still first on the outside lane. It's the outside lane, and Jordan Fisher, very big run. He's going to dive to the outside, and we have a car spinning. We have multiple cars spinning. 10 involved. Couldn't tell who the other driver was. Multiple drivers still making contact with him. Multiple drivers involved. As the 10 of Josh Evans spun. Another driver was involved, wasn't able to catch who that was. But multiple drivers catching that 10 as he will bring out the second caution flag of the day, and we'll see if we can pull a replay. Well, 3 wide back here in the pack. 12 bumps the wall a little bit. Not sure if that's what caused it. Blair Saunders, huge push to the 10, not able to hold on. 10 not able to hold on to it. He will collect Jimmy Jikis. And the 85 involved, the 80 involved. So, multiple drivers involved. Huge push delivered to the 10. 10 not able to hold on to it, and that will bring out the second caution flag of the day. So, okay, second caution flag of the day, currently working lap 24. And these drivers coming back down to the pits to fill up on gas. Jordan Fisher, Timothy Presley, Tim Aubrell, all 3 come down pit road. Not very many drivers stay out.
And by myself, minding nothing, and then I get taken out every fucking race. This is exactly why I say there needs to be a fucking quick repair. This is bullshit. Everybody else gets to keep on going. The guy who fucking wrecked me gets to keep on continuing in the race. Penalty or no penalty. I'm fucked because of it.
Well, a little bit frustrated here. This is Jimmy Jikis. What did you see about what happened?
I got taken out by someone that don't know how to damn drive. And unfortunately, I get to sit in the pit for 15 minutes while he gets to continue to run the race as per normal. It's unfortunate, but hopefully I won't go many laps down, and maybe I'll get the truck fixed and I can hopefully battle at the end.
Well, hopefully you'll be able to be back in the game at the end. Thank you for coming on live, and we'll let you get back to your team.
For sure. Thank you so much.
So that was Jimmy Jikis, understandably a little bit frustrated about how that incident went. Currently working the second caution flag, and it looks like we'll try to pull another driver for an interview. Josh Evans in the 10.
Yes.
How you doing, buddy?
Not bad, are you?
A little bit unfortunate, that incident there. What did you see?
Yeah. Honestly, I just got slammed. I let off a tiny bit, but I got hit hard.
Well, unfortunate for that. Do you think, will you be able to get repaired and get back going, or,
Already back on the track.
well, hopefully you'll be able to be back in it at the end of this. We'll let you get back going.
All right, thank you.
How was Josh Evans also involved in that second caution flag of today? Timothy Presley back on top of the leaderboard during all that pit cycle, excuse me. Tim Aubrey will be restarting on the front row. In the second position, Mason Wagaman and Dalton Wilson. The rest of your top four Timothy Presley just got into the point series playoffs last week, and he has delivered this week. Very dominant performance so far. All been up front the entire race. And the pace car will come back to pit road. Timothy Presley up front. And he will take the green flag. Sweet to start lap 28 here at Talledega. The Battle Axe, Mobile Axe throwing 231. And he is up front. Tim Aubrey's got to push though. Tim Aubrey with a big push from Dalton Wilson and Dustin Coggin. Not quite able to clear Presley yet. Mason Wagaman holding back a little bit on that bottom. But he's got a push from Jordan Fisher. Tim Aubrey with the race lead. Dalton Wilson in second. They will move down to the bottom. And it looks like we have a little bit of moving around. Jordan Fisher almost took a 3 wide. Thought better of it. Behind Mason Wagaman there. Presley all by himself. He's got the same team in front of him and behind him. His best pusher, Jordan Fisher. Couple trucks back. Set outside lane, fights back with Dustin Coggin leading it. Dustin Coggin now. First time he has been up front since the start of the race. He's going to try to pull ahead of Tim Aubrey. Not quite able to do it. You see Tate Lupre. First time we said his name today. Trying to push Coggin to the race lead as they head down the backstretch. Very good battle for the lead. We see 3 wide a little bit further back. And 3 wide up front. Jordan Fisher takes a 3 wide on Mason Wagaman. Fisher takes a 3 wide on Mason Wagaman. He gets all the way to alongside Timothy Presley. And you see the 87 moving down to push him. Presley tries to move up. It's already blocked. This is 3 wide. Currently side by side now with Dalton Wilson. Dustin Coggin will fall back a little bit, get in line with the 87 who tries to take it to the outside of Fisher. Dalton Allen thinks about going to the outside of Fisher, changes his mind halfway through. And you see Joseph Herbert in that 69 going up to push them in the middle. And all 3 trucks will clear Dustin Coggin. Jordan Fisher lost a lot of ground with that whole exchange, but now he has a pusher in the 87, and Timothy Presley will move up in front of him. Dalton Allen keeps poking out to the outside of Fisher, probably making Fisher a little bit nervous, but Timothy Presley will pull up in front, and them two will hook up together again, now working to the outside of Wilson, excuse me. outside of Dalton Wilson. You see Wilson got a little bit loose in the last corner. Presley all over the place. Big push from the teammates. Dalton Wilson delivers to Tim Abrell. And Presley will take the lead. Fisher also cleared to move down in front of Dalton Wilson, but then moved back up to the outside in front of Dalton Allen. Very aggressive push by Dalton Allen. And Jordan Fisher will take the lead once again today. Jordan Fisher back out front ahead of Timothy Presley. Dalton Allen also able to clear and move down in front. Dalton Allen all over the place, trying to push Jordan Fisher. That truck extraordinarily loose today. These three drivers starting to pull ahead of Dalton Wilson. Tim Abrell. Abrell backing up, trying to get a run. And he moves up. Dalton Wilson gets a run. He's going to move in front of Abrell. Wilson will move to the outside of Presley. Mason Wagaman will move up in front of Tim Abrell. Very close quarters, and the three teammates back together again. You see Jeremiah Gravel, one of the drivers we have interviewed today, now currently fourth on the inside lane. Very tight formation on that bottom lane. The teammates on the outside. Jordan Fisher still up front. Dalton Allen struggling to hold on to that truck, trying to push him all over the place. It's got to be making these drivers a little bit nervous right now. Dalton Wilson with a push from Mason Wagaman, trying to work to the outside of that 87 of Dalton Allen. As you see, they're coming up on some lap traffic. Not sure who that is. Looks like that's the 85 of Dalton Bernius. He was involved in that last incident. Had a little bit of damage. Very chaotic up front. Timothy Presley. Jeremiah Gravel took it 3 wide on Jordan Fisher. Timothy Presley trying to block. Changes his mind about it. They working up on another lap truck. Jeremiah Gravel now up front on the outside lane, trying to get around Timothy Presley, who just got taken 3 wide by Jordan Fisher. Presley gets taken 3 wide by Fisher, and Fisher will take the race lead. Excuse me, no, Presley just jumped out to push Gravel. Presley will jump out to push Jeremiah Gravel on that middle lane. Those teammates on the outside will surge ahead. That's Dalton Wilson in the 20. So Dalton Wilson in the 20, currently up front, but not for long. Jordan Fisher working back on the bottom. Jeremiah Gravel also able to gain a little bit of ground in that middle lane. 3 wide here at Talledega for the race lead. Very insane battle right now. All 3 lanes pretty even. Jordan Fisher working ahead on the bottom once again. As the far outside will check up a little bit. Now trying to get that run back. very, very fun racing. Timothy Presley with an amazing push to Jeremiah Gravel. He's going to push them ahead of Dalton Wilson, move up and block him. And that will put Jeremiah Gravel up front. Jeremiah Gravel to the lead for the first time today in that number 14 Zaxby's truck. These two drivers, teammates. But Jordan Fisher will surge back ahead on the bottom. Dustin Coggin working that middle lane with Kately Frey and the 55 of Dylan Lampe pushing him. Currently working outside of Dalton Allen, inside of Dalton Wilson. And he will surge ahead to the inside of Presley. Big run from the middle. Dustin Coggin looking to take the lead. Timothy Presley pushing Gravel. Gravel gets loose. Presley almost turned him, but was able to hang on. And Dustin Coggin up front for the first time today by inches. He's still got Jordan Fisher beneath him, though. Fisher trying to surge back ahead, and he will. Jordan Fisher back up front, and he will clear Dustin Coggin. Jeremiah Gravel falling a little bit back through that corner, but he's got a push from Timothy Presley. These two drivers all by themselves on that outside lane. Dustin Coggin back up front by corner panel. Fisher will take it back as they head back into one. A lot of back and forth. Very hard racing. See if we can ride alongside the 55 of Dylan Lampe for a little bit, as he is currently stuck right in the middle of 3 wide, one of the most stressful places to be. See trucks to his inside, trucks to his outside, trying to side draft Presley. Presley moves him in front of him. He clearly was not expecting that. Has to check up a little bit. That will open the door for Jeremiah Gravel to also move down to his lane. Very aggressive move by Presley, moves him into the outside lane. As like I said earlier, we are currently riding along with Dylan Lampe, who was 3 wide a second ago. See, big let up. A lot of moving around on this outside lane, trying to side draft those drivers on the bottom. Very good vantage point here. Jordan Fisher all by himself up front. He's got Dalton Allen behind him. Dalton Allen still very loose in that 87 truck. He's got the 82 of Christopher Morton and the 77 of Aiden Lucas. Both on the inside lane and pushing. See Dustin Coggin currently leading that outside lane. A little bit further back, not quite in the picture for the race lead yet. 69 of Joseph Herbert, you see they're pushing Aiden Lucas. Dustin Cog and Tately Prey working together along with Dylan Lampe. They will work to the outside of Dalton Allen now. As these two drivers started front row earlier today, they will battle for the lead once again. Jordan Fisher still leading. Dustin Coggin on that outside lane. As the outside lane falling back quite a bit. These drivers starting to calm down a little bit. Hoping to save fuel. Most likely going to have to pit at least once before this race is over. See Dustin Coggin able to move down to the bottom. Pretty calm right now here at Talledega in the Battle Axe Mobile Throwing 231. Points very important in this race, as this is only the second to last race in the regular season. Be sure to join us next week. Next week will be the last race of the regular season at Homestead Miami Speedway. Very fun track. And that is where we will set the Chase for the Truck Series standings. Then week after that, it is the All-Star race at Eldora, where we will make some exciting announcements regarding the next season here in the Electric Thunder Truck Series. Elijah Fisher still up front, Dalton Allen, his teammate, behind him. These two's been sticking together for the last little bit. Outside lane kind of died down. These drivers mostly single file. You see a few poking their noses out further in the pack. But Jordan Fisher out front. A little bit over halfway through. See, Timothy Presley will come to pit road, leading his teammates, a few of them at least. As see one driver spins coming onto pit road, hits the wall. That's going to cost some damage repair time. No caution flag. As the first round of green flag pit stops is out. Jordan Fisher still up front. You saw Presley lead a group about 5 or 6 drivers pit road. Josh Evans, Dylan Lamp among them. As Jordan Fisher will lead a batch to pit road now. Jordan Fisher, Dalton Allen. See Aiden Lucas, and Fisher overdrove the entrance to pit road and goes through the tri-oval. Critical mistake for the race leader, Jordan Fisher. And he's going to have to go back around and pit by himself. Critical error. Midway through this race at Talledega. And that's going to severely hurt his race. See Tim Aubrail in the pits. A few other drivers. Aiden Lucas will lead them off of pit road. And you see the main pack coming back around. Jordan Fisher able to make it around to the pits. Currently up front. It looks like it is Randy Cornwell. All by himself up there. That's the 85. He is pushing. The 85 is a couple laps down. That's Dalton Bernius. Whoa. Dylan Lamp. A little bit aggressive moving around. But Randy Cornwell, one of the only drivers who hasn't been to the pits yet. You see the leader, and he comes now. So Randy Cornwell will pit all by himself. Dustin Coggin leading the lead lap drivers. Excuse me. Aiden Lucas currently leading the lead lap drivers. But Presley's got a push from his teammate. He's going to go to the outside lane of outside of Christopher Lewis. And Timothy Presley back up top on the top of the leaderboard here at Talledega. Good battle for the lead right here. As you see these drivers starting to catch Randy Cornwell. That is Cornwell right now coming off of the pits all by himself. And caution flag is out. Not sure what for, but that was an amazing break for Randy Cornwell. Caution flag comes out right as he was coming out of the pits, and he will stay in the top 5. We'll see if we can determine what caused that caution. See the standings a little bit screwed up right now. Not entirely sure. We'll get an update on that soon. So third caution flag of the day, currently working lap 52. So caution flag for that was the 50 of Noah Walters. Unfortunately blew an engine, and that will hurt his day. We have another driver on the booth, Christopher Lewis. How you doing?
I'm doing good. What about you, buddy?
Pretty good. You been having fun out there?
I've been having a blast. This is a little tense. That's why I've kind of stayed in the back, just kind of riding. But now that I'm up in third, it's time to go, buddy.
How did you feel about that set of green flag pit stops?
It was easy. Looks like my teammates behind me didn't have it as easy, but I had fun.
Well, hope to see you up front at the end, and we'll let you get back to pit road.
That sounds good, buddy. Go buy you some Cornwall barbecue sauce.
That was the 95 of Christopher Lewis. Currently working caution flag number 3. And we'll pull another driver in any minute. Jordan Fisher, how you doing?
Oh, we're hanging in. I got lucky there at the caution.
So I saw you had a little bit of trouble coming on to pit road. Tell us what happened.
I just misjudged the braking point, and by then I had to full commit to stay out and not risk getting any sort of penalty. So just simply, misjudging my braking point into the pit road. But like I said, I'm pretty thankful the caution came out, so we still have a chance to get the car back up to the front of the pack here towards the end of the race. So long race yet still to go. So yeah.
You have a really good handling truck. It's been really fun to watch you battle for the lead back and forth with other drivers like Timothy Presley and everybody else. How do you feel about your handling and your chances to win today?
I'm pretty comfortable out here, so I'm able to obviously lead. Obviously, proven with Dalton Allen pushing me, and obviously been working with Timothy Presley up there. So, we just we'll get the track position back, and then just continue doing our thing. Just keeping the car straight. It's a lot of neutral steering out here, so less steering is faster. Essentially, got to watch the gauges, obviously. So, keep the car under heat, so we don't want to blow it up.
Well, we'll let you get back to the start. Hope to see you at the end.
Thank you.
That was Jordan Fisher, definitely one of the more dominant drivers today, as they are currently working around through the tri-oval. And lights on the pace car are out. We'll get a interview with Tate Prey real quick. How you doing?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Pretty good. You've been hanging in the back for a little bit. You think you can avoid any big wrecks that may happen at the end?
I hope so. I got 4 great teammates on the track with me right now, so we've been working together a ton. Just want to shout out Jimmy. He got in a little bit of a wreck there, but he should be back out here. But yeah, man, we've just been running the line, kind of just keeping our noses clean and doing what's got to be done.
How do you feel about your handling today?
It's good. It's a little loose on pit exit, and force feedback probably could be a little tighter. But other than that, it's not bad.
Well, we'll let you get back on. One more quick question. How is the fuel situation? Will y'all have to pit again, or?
Looks like we're going to have to get one more in. But the OMR guys should be able to hang with everybody else because all of us are pretty good on fuel right now.
All right, well, we'll let you get back to the restart. Hope to see you at the end.
Thank you very much.
So, currently working caution flag, about to go back to green in the middle of lap 54. Nicholas Anderson in that 00 will be your race leader. Dylan Lamp to his outside. James Burns in that 07. Driving driving with the sponsor's logo. Battle Axe, Mobile Axe throwing. He will be restarting in 3rd. Jeremiah Gravel in 4th. And we are ready to go back to green. Nicholas Anderson will lead them back around. Green flag in the air. Good start by Nicholas Anderson. Dylan Lamp missed it a little bit. Anderson pulls out way in front of everybody else. But he has nobody to push him. As you see, the 55 will move down, changes his mind. And he will move around for the lead. That is Dylan Lamp. Jeremiah Gravel will also be able to work around the double zero, but he's going to go to the outside of lamp. You see, very aggressive driving back here. Chris Lewis in that 95. He's going to look into the inside of Gravel. Gravel throws a block. Lewis gets into his back bumper a little bit. Very aggressive block by Jeremiah Gravel. But Christopher Lewis will stay in second. Now looking back to the outside, he's got Mason Wagaman pushing him. Tim Albright with a run. Albright going to pull to the back bumper of Wagaman now. And Christopher Lewis will pull to the lead. Wagaman also will clear the 14 in Gravel. They both will move down to the bottom. Oh! Mason Wagaman throws a push on Lewis. Lewis almost loses it, able to hang on, and that will allow the outside lane with Tim Aubrell leading it to pull ahead to the outside of the 95 of Christopher Lewis. That caution, a lucky break for several drivers. Jordan Fisher among them. Jordan Fisher able to stay on the lead lap. You saw him with a little bit of trouble coming on pit road. We'll see if he'll be able to work his way back up to the front where he's been most of the day. Christopher Lewis up front with Tim Aubrell to his outside. See very similar paint schemes in the top four. Dylan Lamp back there in the 55. Third in line on the inside. Christopher Lewis doing a good job managing this pack right now. We'll see if Tim Aubrell can make the pass this time around. So this pack mostly double file. Already had one round of green flag pit stops, and then a lot of these drivers came back to the pits. As you see, a little bit squirrely there, Dalton Wilson. We saw a set of green flag pit stops, and we saw some pit stops that are yellow. We also heard one of the drivers being interviewed talking about how they will most likely have to take one more stop. Question is, will it be under green or will it be under yellow? Tim Aubrell still leading that outside lane, but they've lost a little bit of ground on Christopher Lewis. See, 3 wide a little bit further back. Jeremiah Gravel took 3 wide. He gets in the wall a little bit. He's got to push, though. Jeremiah Gravel, Timothy Presley. Presley gets a little bit loose. And they're wrecking behind him. Dustin Coggin involved. Not a lot of chaos. As they went 3 wide, Presley had to check up and almost got taken 4 wide. Then Dustin Coggin spins behind. We'll have to pull a replay to see exactly what caused that incident. But the 4th caution flag of the day will fly here on lap number 60. You see Dustin Coggin damaged and smoking. And here we go, replay. A lot of chaos in the back right here. You see Jordan Fisher right in front of Coggin. And right here, Jimmy Jikis, good run. Presley, not sure what happened there, but a lot of people have to check up. And the 77 doesn't check up quite enough and gets into the back of Coggin and pushes him into the wall. Chris Lewis will keep the lead. So unfortunate for Dustin Coggin, who qualified in the second position. And we have drivers coming back into the pits, trying to top up on fuel. That really will hurt Dustin Coggin's points lead for sure. Jordan Fisher, one of the faster trucks today, will have a chance to get the lead. And we have Joseph Herbert in the booth. How you doing?
You know, just pitting, even though it won't be enough fuel, but put some tires on and see what happens. It's still a long race, you know.
How's your truck handling?
It's kind of hard in the draft at times. I feel kind of loose, but I'm just trying to maintain a single lane, and it's a long race. Even 20 laps, it's still a long way.
Well, hopefully you'll be able to make it to the end. Hopefully all hell won't break loose. Good luck.
We'll find out. Thank you.
That was Joseph Herbert in that 69, currently running a little bit further back, but
Hello.
howdy. It's Dylan Lamp. How you doing?
How are you, my good sir?
Pretty good. Looks like you've been having a little bit of fun out there. How you feel about your truck?
Truck strong. Got teammates with me. We be all right.
How do you feel your race has gone so far?
I mean, up and down. Everyone's still got to pit one more time, so I don't know, man. Hopefully it's under yellow and I'm still up here.
Well, hopefully we don't have a huge big one, but hope to see you at the end.
Thank you, sir.
That was Dylan Lamp in the 55 truck. You see him currently on top of the leaderboard as they working around the tri-oval. Timothy Presley, how you doing?
Doing great, man. Having an absolute blast out here.
So what did you see? What was your vantage point from that last incident?
So I was talking to my teammate Jeremiah there, and we made the decision to get away from that whole Cornwall team. Try to get a couple more points, lead a couple laps. So we made the call to go high. Got an amazing run, and it was on me. I got out of line a little bit, and I decided I would rather check up a little bit and get back in line than go 4 wide in the middle of a corner.
Well, unfortunate for what happened behind you, but how do you feel about your handling? You've been very strong all race long.
Yeah, car feels absolutely amazing. There's really nothing to complain about. Just going to try to work my way up through the field and try to salvage a good finish here.
Well, I see we're getting ready to go back to green. You have a good rest of the race. Hope to see you at the end.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
That was Timothy Presley, one of the stronger drivers in the race today. And we'll see if we can talk to Dustin Coggin real quick before we go back to green. Howdy. How you doing today? Hello, Mr. Coggin. Looks like we might have a few issues there. But these drivers getting ready to go back to green. Pace car on pit road. And looks like Dylan Lamp on the inside of Tate Lupre. And we are back to green. Dylan Lamp with a good restart. In front of Christopher Morton on the bottom. And we're back to green here at Talledega. Very, very aggressive moving down to the bottom. I can't tell who that is. I think that is Tate Lupre. Tate Lupre on the bottom. Moves back up top. And we got 3 wide a little bit further in the back. So 3 lanes going on. 25 laps to go. This race coming to a close, but it's still a long way to go. A lot of these drivers still have to come to pit road for fuel. We have 3 lanes. And we have a big one behind him. Car up in the air. Caution flag back out. 3 wide racing. Nobody able to hold on to it. And our caution flag is back out. And we'll ride along. Let's ride along with Josh Evans for the replay here. So Evans in the 10, third in line. So much happened, couldn't get it all out, but huge aggressive pushing. Looks like the 87 got the 07 loose, and 07 went down a little bit too far, and multiple drivers involved. Presley, one of them. Very unfortunate for him. This caution could be a game changer. Not only in this race, but also in the point standings. The last caution took out your points leader. This caution involves one of the drivers on the bubble. Mason Wagaman is on the outside looking in. Only about 12 points separate him and Timothy Presley. Presley on the inside looking out. He was having a terrific run, but unfortunate for him. Involved in that last incident, you see a lot of drivers coming on pit road right now. Hoping to top up on fuel. We'll have to see if they'll be able to make it the last 24 laps. So caution flag, 5th caution flag of the day comes out with only 23 laps to go here at Talledega. The aggression level is definitely picking up quite a bit. Currently in the lead is Josh. It's being scored as Josh Evans. Surprisingly. Do believe, not positive, I do believe he will be dropping to the end of the line. We'll have to wait until we get the 1 lap to go till green to let the leaderboard work itself out. But Jordan Fisher looks like he is going to be scored in the top 5 at least. This race drawing to a close. We had a driver wreck right in the middle of the pack. Surprisingly, not a whole lot of drivers were involved. Looks like the 87 of Dalton Allen will have to serve a drive-through penalty for wrecking under yellow. So, unfortunate for him. These drivers still trying to get sorted out. Looks like we may have the grid now. So we'll put it back up on the screen. That's the 85 truck you saw up front. He gets the wave around. Jordan Fisher will take the lead once again. 77 of Aiden Lucas will be restarting on the outside. Dylan Lamp and Jeremiah Growell, second row. Third row is Nicholas Anderson. And the 54 of James Jones. We haven't mentioned him much today. Like I said, he will be restarting 6th. Then the row behind that, Tim Aubrell and Tate Lupre. Chris Baines and Christopher Morton will round out the top 10. Only 22 laps to go. Not sure if these drivers will have to pit again. But if they aren't, if they don't have to pit again, it will definitely be close, as we only had 3 or 4 green left flag laps. So Jordan Fisher in the lead. Working caution flag number 5 here in the Battle Axe. Mobile Axe throwing 213. It'll be 21 laps to go when we go back to green. And you have to wonder just how many cautions there will be in the next 20 laps. Let's hope these drivers can keep it together. Jordan Fisher up front. Pace car is on pit road. And Fisher will lead them back to the green flag here at Talledega Super Speedway. Pretty good start by him. He will move up in front of the 77 for now. 77 moves to the bottom. As to Jeremiah Growell. Growell moves down. He gets spun. And he moves back up onto the track. And that will bring out the caution flag right there. Oh, we have a driver barrel rolling. So the 14 got spun. He thought he was clear, but he wasn't. He gets spun. We thought he was gonna be able to keep it off the track, but goes back up and collects a few more drivers. And we'll have to give a replay of that. So Growell thinks he's clear of Dylan Lamp. Moves down, he's not. And he spins. For a second, it looks like he got back control of it, but through the grass, kind of loses it. And, oh, very nasty incident for the 98. I do believe that is, or maybe it's Dalton Allen. Not sure who was flipping. It was the 98. So it's right along with Blair Sanders. See, the 14 comes back up on the track here. And not sure what happens during the time the screen or the replay file is blacked out, but Blair Sanders takes a very vicious hit, vicious barrel roll. We're under a caution flag again. Sixth caution flag of the day. Jordan Fisher will be scored as the race leader. We'll have to see if everybody comes down pit road again. you've recently tuned in and missed the start, this is Fearless Broadcasting, broadcasting live from Talledega Super Speedway for the Electric Thunder Truck Series. Join us next week for the regular season finale. We will be racing at Homestead Miami Speedway, another 87 laps. That track, one of my personal favorites for sure. It's very much a strategy track. Wears the tires down a whole lot. It's gonna be very fun to watch these drivers slipping and sliding around. And then the week after that, we have our All-Star race from Eldora Speedway. It won't be for points, just for fun, but be sure to tune in for some exclusive announcements about Season 2 in the Electric Thunder Truck Series. So be sure to tune in there. And then 3 weeks from now, the chase for the Truck Series Championship will begin at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Again, that is August 19th is when we will start the chase for the Truck Series. But like I said, every Tuesday, 8 o'clock p.m., be sure to tune in. Very exciting next couple of weeks. And let's see if we can look at the points once again, coming the way they were coming into this race. Coming into this race, Dustin Coggin was in the lead and Jordan Fisher was in second. We saw Dustin Coggin involved in an incident a couple of cautions ago. He is currently about 10 laps down, so he will lose a lot of points after this race. Jordan Fisher most likely will be your points leader. And then Timothy Presley, you see him on the bubble, and we'll have to see if Mason Wagaman can rack up a few extra points and pass Timothy Presley, who was involved in the caution before last. Here at Talledega Super Speedway, lights are off on the pace car. Jordan Fisher up front. Aiden Lucas once again will restart on the outside of the front row. Dylan Lamp and James Jones, your top four. This race coming to its final stages, these drivers getting more and more aggressive. When we take the green, it'll only be 17 laps to go. Here at Talledega Super Speedway in the Battle Axe throwing 2-3-1. Jordan Fisher up front. Very dominant performance today. He will take the green flag and will pull out the camera. Green flag back in the air. Jordan Fisher will move up in front of Dylan Lampe once again. Aiden Lampe, excuse me. Aiden Lucas. Jordan Fisher leading, Aiden Lucas in second. Dylan Lamp behind him in third, and James Jones working on the outside of Dylan Lamp. And a little bit of a hole, not quite able to get into it, as Nicholas Anderson will close that hole up. A lot calmer of a restart this time. Still double file. James Jones leading it. Nicholas Anderson looking like he might poke out in a minute. But James Jones leading that outside lane. Tim Umbrell moves up in front. See Timothy Presley currently 4th in line on that outside lane. He is on the lead lap, so trying to recover from one of those earlier incidents. Very good run by Tim Umbrell, trying to side draft his way to the lead. James Jones and Christopher Lewis takes it 3 wide. Christopher Lewis pokes out to the outside of Mason Wagaman. That will force Jones and Lupre to go further up the track. Very tight racing here at Talledega with only 15 laps to go. Tim Umbrell with a great push from Christopher Lewis, trying to get to the lead. Good run through the trial. These two drivers working together. You see Presley a little bit further back with Jimmy Jaikas in front of him. Hoping to get a run. Tim Umbrell will move about half a car in front of Jordan Fisher. Not able to clear though. And the 55 checks up, gets hit by Mason Wagaman and goes off the track. Dylan Lamp running in the front. No caution flag will come out, but he spins off the front bumper of Mason Wagaman. Green flag will stay out. And Tim Umbrell was able to take the lead from Jordan Fisher and move down, but Christopher Lewis not able to. Jimmy Jaikas working in that 18. And Jordan Fisher moves out in front of Lewis to take the lead back. So Jordan Fisher back out front. He moves down in front of Umbrell. Umbrell delivers him a hard push. And Christopher Lewis will drop a few positions here. The outside lane. Tim Umbrell will move to the outside lane now to get around Jordan Fisher. So Umbrell will move to the outside lane in front of Christopher Lewis. Lewis trying to get to his back bumper to push him. See Timothy Presley taking it 3 wide on Jimmy Jaikas for a second. He's got the 12 of Alan Duggar pushing him. Jimmy Jaikas is running a few laps down. A good battle still for the lead. Christopher Lewis pushing Tim Umbrell. Blocking bumpers, Jordan Fisher still leading on that bottom lane. Umbrell trying to get it back. Mason Wagaman moves to the outside lane. See the 80 of Chris Baines, first time we said his name today. He will move to 3rd in line behind Aiden Lucas. Good battle for the race lead. Fisher still with a very strong truck fighting back on the inside lane. Umbrell with very aggressive pusher in the form of Tim Umbrell and Mason Wagaman. Double file through most of the pack. Timothy Presley takes the 3 wide again. This time he has 52 with Taley Prey pushing him. So Taley Prey will push Timothy Presley up to the outside of Mason Wagaman. Still 3 wide. Presley trying to side draft. He's going to slow the whole outside lane down for a second. But the extreme outside unable to go anywhere with the run. And in the middle lane with Tim Aubrey leading it will surge back ahead to the lead. But still not able to clear Jordan Fisher, who fights back through the corners. Tim Aubrey lost a lot of ground through turns 3 and 4 that corner. See how good of a run they get, see if they can get it all back. Only 9 laps to go here at Talledega. Very fierce battle up in the top 2 or 3 for the lead. Tim Aubrey surging ahead once again. He's going to clear Fisher and move down in front of him. Tim Aubrey, in the lead. Jordan Fisher pushing him. That far outside lane left, and 54, very aggressive move to the outside, right in front of Timothy Presley. Presley trying to push, and 54 extremely loose. And here's Jordan Fisher back to the outside of Aubrey. Jordan Fisher moves back to the outside of Aubrey. Good run on the far outside. Fisher moves down in front of Aubrey. Back to the race lead, only 8 laps to go, 54. Of James Jones on the far outside in front of Timothy Presley. Good run by Tim Aubrey. He moves back up in front of Christopher Lewis, makes his way around Jordan Fisher. Once again, these 2 drivers trading spots. Christopher Lewis pushing whoever moves in front of him to the race lead. James Jones gets spun by Timothy Presley. And there's a huge wreck behind him. Timothy Presley with a huge hit. Will bring out the 7th caution flag of the day. James Jones not really able to hold on to it on that outside lane. Timothy Presley not able to match bumpers, and it's just on from there. See these 2 drivers pushing each other. James Jones, for some reason, goes all the way against the wall while Presley's trying to side draft. Presley tries to check up, but he gets a push from Lecrae, and caution flag comes out. 12 also gets damage. So that will definitely... We'll definitely have to check the point standings after this and see what it looks like going into next week. Currently, Tim Aubrey being scored as the race leader. This race coming to a close. Definitely very aggressive. It'll be under 5 laps to go when we go back to green. So, looks like we'll be able to interview Chris Lewis. How you doing?
Hello.
Hello? Can you hear me?
What's up, buddy?
How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you doing up in the booth?
It's very fun watching this one unfold. How do you feel about your chances?
I'd feel a little better if my rear end wasn't smashed into pieces. that was fun. But we're doing good. We're up here, first, third, and fifth. Fisher's pretty strong with me on the outside, even though he's pinching me down right here. I like this guy. He's one of my favorites. Yeah, we got TIs 135. We got a shot here.
How's the fuel situation? Will you be able to make it to the end?
Yeah, I'm good for every green, white, checkered too.
Well, that is very good to hear. Hopefully you don't have to use all of it. But good luck, and I hope to see you. Hopefully you'll be able to make it happen.
I'm gonna try my best, buddy. If not, you got to buy some Cornwell barbecue sauce. It'll make you slap your mama.
Will do. That was Christopher Lewis, currently in contention to win this thing. Let's see if we can talk to Tim Aubrell. How you doing?
Good. How you doing?
Pretty good. How do you feel up front leading this thing?
It feels pretty good, and hopefully we can bring it home here.
Very good battle between you and Fisher, trading spots over the last couple laps. How's your handling?
Handling's perfect. I mean, it's smooth as can be. I got my teammates behind me. We're communicating. It feels good. Even with pushing in the corners, it's stable all the way around.
Well, that's good to hear. You think you can make it through the last, I don't know how many laps it'll be, but...
Yeah, I can definitely make it through. Now, I can't say it for my other competitors, but yeah, I can definitely make it through.
Well, good luck. Hope to see you in the booth at the end of the race.
Yeah, I'll see you here in a couple laps.
Tim Aubrell very confident about his chances to win here at Talledega. Currently up front leading this thing. It'll be under 5 laps to go when we go back to the green. And let's talk with Jordan Fisher real quick. How you doing?
Doing good. We are in position to win this race for sure. We got my teammate behind, so we're looking pretty sharp here. We'll see what happens.
So very good recovery after that incident coming on pit road. How were you able to do it so fast?
Like I said, I mean, once you obviously got lucky, that's definitely part of it. The caution coming out, I needed that luck. And then from there, it's just maneuvering our way up, finding the runs on the outside, the middle. There's a couple times I forced it 3 wide to get around a couple guys. So, just getting that track position for the grid pretty much. So, 1 lap at a time.
Well, I'll let you get back going. As you see, we're about to go back to green. Good luck.
Thank you.
So that was Jordan Fisher. In that 39, he is up front on the front row, hoping to pass Tim Aubrell in the last 5 laps. So about to go back to green here in the waning stages. The Battle Axe, Mobile Axe throwing 2-3-1 here at Talledega Super Speedway. Working the 7th caution flag of the day. It'll be only 3 laps to go when we get the green flag again. Tim Aubrell on the inside, Jordan Fisher on the outside. Behind them, they both have their teammates pushing. 95 of Chris Lewis on the bottom. 77 of Aiden Lucas on the outside lane. Three laps to go here at Talledega Super Speedway. To crown a winner. And the green flag is back out. Tim Aubrell gets the jump. Jordan Fisher able to hold on. And they're side by side going into turns 1 and 2. Jordan Fisher working on the outside lane, only 3 laps to go, trying to catch Tim Aubrell, but Aubrell's got 2 teammates behind him. As you see, Chris Lewis moves to the outside to block Fisher. They make a little bit of contact. Lewis loses a bunch of positions, but Fisher is stuck on that outside lane. Loses a lot of ground. And Tim Aubrell all by himself up front with Mason Wagaman pushing him. 2 laps to go here at Talledega. Jordan Fisher lost a bunch of momentum when Christopher Lewis went up the block. And Chris Baines poking out. See Christopher Lewis and Randy Cornwell pushing each other. These 2 teammates being blocked by Chris Baines. They both dive to the bottom. Very aggressive move. So they head down the backstretch. Looking for the white flag. Tim Aubrell heading into turn 3 on point. Christopher Lewis with a big run from Randy Cornwell. Side by side, he's beside Mason Wagaman. Mason Wagaman with a huge push to Aubrell. Gets a little bit loose. Jordan Fisher takes a 3 wide on Randy Cornwell. Not able to make it stick though, and he's hung out to dry by Christopher Morton. Jordan Fisher took a 3 wide as they get the white flag. 1 lap to go. And look at that, teammates. 1, 2, 3, 4, controlling both lanes. Joseph Herbert getting a little bit antsy. He wants to get up front. Here's Taylor Prey looking to the outside of Christopher Morton, but nobody able to challenge. And looks like Tim Aubrell got extremely loose. Everybody trying to hold on. Somehow everybody makes it through. Joseph Herbert moves to the outside. That's Christopher Lewis up front. And Christopher Lewis moves up the block. Herbert, he gets wrecked. Wagaman takes the lead. Wagaman gets wrecked. And somebody wins both teammates upside down. At the line extremely close, and it looks like Mason Wagaman able to hold on to it. Mason Wagaman will take the race lead as he spins across the line. What a finish! Tim Aubrell got pushed by Mason Wagaman up to the top. Chris Lewis took the lead. And it all hell broke loose as they come through the tri-oval. Joseph Herbert started getting a little bit aggressive. Christopher Lewis went up the block. Herbert wrecks Lewis. Rowell wrecks Mason Wagaman. Jordan Fisher all by himself on the bottom, but somehow Wagaman will cross the line first and get the checkered flag here at Talledega. What a finish. Let's see if we can pull him into the booth real quick. Mason Wagaman, how you doing?
Good, man. How are you?
Pretty good. Congratulations on that finish.
I appreciate it.
How did it feel going across the finish line sideways?
I really don't know. I was, teammates were locked up there. Unfortunately, Tim blinked out on the backstretch, and I guess, I don't know, he disappeared, so I don't, guess got into him weird when he was gone, and he got up, and then Chris got down and threw a block on the high side, and I just got lucky, really. That's what you got to do at these super speedways.
Well, you've definitely been showing your strength the past couple weeks of the season. How do you feel about your chances to make the playoffs?
I don't know. I mean, just keep finishing strong, and I think I'll be there.
Well, congratulations once again, and we'll let you get back to your team. But
I
congratulations.
appreciate it. I want to shout out to Cornwell Barbecue Sauce. Y'all call Randy, order you some barbecue sauce, and get those orders in.
Will do. Thank you so much. We'll pull him back to his team. Let's see if we can pull down Jeremiah Growell. I can find him real quick. Jeremiah Growell, your second place finisher. Howdy, how you doing?
How's it going?
How do you feel about that finish?
I don't know about that finish. I think it was a little dirty there.
Talk us through the last couple corners.
I can't even tell. I gotta see the replay. It happened so fast. I don't know where the runs came from. I'm okay with the second. You heard me last week. I called a second, so I'll take it. But yeah, we'll look at it.
Well, how do you feel? How do you feel going into the last race of the season?
Feeling good. I think it'll be fun.
Well, anybody you'd like to give a shout out to real quick?
Timothy, he was my spotter at the end, and he got me there. And I know my dad and mom are watching again, so shouting them out again.
Well, congratulations. Can't wait to see you next week.
Appreciate it.
Jeremiah Growell coming home with a second place finish. So we'll try to get him back to his team. If we can ever get this to work, we'll try to talk to Elijah Fisher.
I'll throw myself back in the Discord.
I appreciate it. So we'll try to find Jordan Fisher real quick. Here we go. Howdy.
Hello.
Saw everybody wrecking through the tribal, and I thought you had it all by yourself on the bottom. Talk us through that last couple corners.
Well, once I got all the way to the top in the closing laps there, I honestly thought I was out of it. Didn't really have much shot to win it, just because the whole grid kind of got scrambled there. So coming out of 4, I'm still all the way at the top there, and I still had very little faith I was gonna actually pull that one off. So the fact that I was even that close, it was point 0.035 for. I mean, at least getting P3 myself. So obviously, I'm really happy with P3. I think I will take that with the Super Speedway on the schedule here. These kind of races are always kind of a 50-50 shot, and all you can really do is try to put your car in the best position to win. But regardless, it was a good point stake and some solid points that'll go a long way towards into the playoffs. So really happy with the team.
Well, congratulations on a third place finish. Could have been better, but definitely looking forward to next week. Is there anybody you'd like to give a shout out to?
Yeah, obviously I want to thank Hardy Designs. We got multiple Hardy Design cars out there, so make sure to always check him out. His deliveries are getting sharper and sharper each day. I want to thank AG Motorsports. I want to thank the entire HBR team. Obviously, I want to thank Grumpy Graphics. Of course, yourself, Ethan, thanks for broadcasting, as well as AJ for hosting this series. I think the race is going to continue to get better, so overall, not a bad race today at all.
So, yeah, definitely very fun to watch this league. Can't wait till next week. Congratulations again.
Thank you.
So, the Mobile Axe throwing 2-3-1 here at Talledega Super Speedway ends in mayhem, but Mason Wagaman will take the checkered flag once again. Jeremiah Growell finishes in the second position. Jordan Fisher in third. And we'll put the results up on the screen for you. You can look through them. Joseph Herbert in 4th, Tim Aubrey 5th, Morton 6th, Randy Cornwell in 7th, Aiden Lucas in 8th, Josh Evans in 9th. Dalton Wilson in 10th, Tate Lupre 11th, Chris Baines 12th, Dylan Lamp, I apologize for saying that name wrong earlier. He will finish in 13th, Alan Duggar in 14th, Chris Lewis 15th, Jones 16th, Dalton Allen 17th, Nicholas Anderson 18th, 19th looks like it will be Blair Sanders, Jimmy Jikis in 20th, Dalton Bernius 21st, Timothy Presley. Unfortunate finish for him will knock him out of the playoff picture for now. He will finish in 22nd. James Burns in 23rd. Dustin Coggin loses the points lead to Jordan Fisher. He finishes 24th. Noah Walters 25th. Tyler Clunan will finish 26th, and 27th, that's AJ Hudson. That is your race control. Didn't actually compete in this event. That is your finish. Congratulations again to Mason Wagaman for another victory here in the Electric Thunder Truck Series. Be sure to join us next Tuesday. Next Tuesday we will be at Homestead Miami Speedway for the season finale. And be sure to join us there. But once again, thank you for joining Fearless Broadcasting in this presentation of Electric Thunder Truck Series, and can't wait to see y'all next week. So long for now.